Hello African tubers, and welcome back to Let's Make Money with me, BlueAnkylo, playing Railroad Tycoon 3. So last episode we failed, and then I did a bunch of off-camera work and tried to get this map moving. I still think these three cities are kind of a fail. The route is really not making a whole lot of money. It's made a little bit, but I don't think it's really hardly paying for the amount of money I put into it. Now, we have switched things to electric, so if you missed last episode for some reason, we've got some cool electric trains. We're running the 2D2s right now, which are pretty good. They're pretty quick and pretty powerful, and also very cheap, so I like them. And we managed to connect up a Shinyanga route from Tabora, which cost a lot of money, but I have high hopes that this guy is going to make me some money. So let's get to it. Choo-choo! Now, there is one thing that I was just noticing off camera, is these trains, the electric, which, like I was saying, I don't really use them very much. I'm not a common electric user, I guess. Up to now, there's barely been a chance to use electric. They always show up so late in the scenario. But they don't use water anyway, obviously. They're not steam trains. So the only reason you need a service tower is for sand, which is primarily used for going uphill. Traction on hills is the main use. Which means we actually need less service stations than before. Now, they still use oil, so you still need maintenance towers, but oil has always been a low use. Like, they can get quite a long distance before you need to replace the oil. Pretty much all trains. So I can actually be a little bit more frugal with my service, where I place this kind of stuff. We can kind of do longer routes with less stops in the middle, basically. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. Anyway, that was a nice first stop. That was a good chunk of money there. Technically speaking, there actually is no maintenance on that route. So I was just saying how I was stretching those. But there is nowhere else for this guy to be maintained. So I'm going to put it in there. It looks like his entire round trip, he burned through about half his oil and about a third of his sand. So one stop per trip should be just fine. Other than that, I do have a service station somewhere in here. Yeah, right here. I might not need this one anymore, and just rely on those two. Probably smart. This time I didn't put any stops by Dodoma because I couldn't fit them in before the split, so I had to put them behind the station. It just was dumb. It's a big mess. So, looks like I've got money. Let's see if I can already connect to the next town, which would be nice. So we're going this way, and then up. Try to stick to the nice flatlands, if possible. And, well, it's going to cost all my money, so I won't be, Actually, I found a better way into town there. Good. And I'm going to want at least a medium station for this one, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even wanting a large, so I can get the warehouse. Let's see, what does the warehouse have? Economy is doing good. Excellent. Oh yeah, look at this. This warehouse does everything. It supplies steel, changes bauxite into ammunition, iron into weapons, coffee into... Oh, uses coffee and rubber. So I probably really do want that to be connected, basically. So we're going to do the big one. And I think I'll have a train specifically go between those two. Yeah. We'll just have a dedicated train go back and forth there. Assuming somebody makes me some money. Alright. So we'll get... Actually, what I want it to start up there. And it can just go back and forth. And off camera, yeah, I set everything to 6 cars. And I renamed them all, except for this new one, obviously. So, I mean, 3 of them are the same. 1, 2, 3. And then I've just sort of named the city routes. Unfortunately, the African city names don't do a lot to distinguish where they are, but well. So I'm liking this electric stuff. I'm feeling like we're making some good money with my new routes up here. This is promising. At some point I might pay off my loans. It would be really nice to get to Kampala first. Although I'll have to buy rights to build up there. Okay, we finished another year. Let's see how we're doing. Salary goes up. Income, oh, that was a good year. I felt it. That was good. Now, it might not last, because that was a couple first shipments from Tabora and all these three. But still, that was good. I'm happy to get some money there. Let's also start this year out with some tickers. No point not doing this. I'd rather I had the money to buy stuff or pay off loans and stuff like that. I don't usually have to do issue stock, but seeing as my personal character, my player, doesn't really care, I'd rather the company had money to buy stuff or pay off loans. Speaking of which, I just want to quickly double check. Last year, interest was 50K out of almost $1 million profit. Nothing to stress out about, basically. I can pay them off whenever I want. I'm up to AAA. Once Prime goes down, I'll probably end up taking more loans out, to be honest. 50K a year is nothing if I'm making big bucks. And these news trains are making a lot of... Wow. Who would have known? Like, they're longer. Like, they're longer than these short ones. But why is it 2.5 to 1 making so much more money than these guys were? And this bottom one is 1 star to 1 star. And it's just like 200K per route. Sometimes I don't understand why some routes make so much money. And then others make so little. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. I just don't quite get it. What I will do, seeing as I've apparently got some money, is we'll double this. So if they run into each other, that can kind of help a little bit. And I will similarly double this little end bit here. In fact, I'll go through all the cities where they stop and just give them kind of the ability to pass each other a little bit easier. I never even did the starting place. So. There you go. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it's not that expensive either. Just gives a little bit more options for trains coming in. Alright, maybe we ship most of the expensive stuff out now. I don't know. I want to follow this guy like one more time. Just to see if he's really making that much money again. Yeah, look at this. It's like every time. Okay, well, you know what that means. It means I really ought to have another one doing the same thing. Where is he right now? He's in Shinyanga. Let's have another one doing the same thing. I don't know why it's worth so much more money than everywhere else. But, oh, and then now we're not going to get anything. Maybe that was a mistake, adding that extra one there. Oh, well. One thing I didn't do was give them any maintenance, actually. I forgot. Sorry, guys. So now they can access that when they come into Mwanza. I mean, he was making so much money every time. I don't know why his friend isn't. His duplicate train. I'm just going to keep an eye on these for a little bit longer because I'm really interested in how this stuff makes money. Like, I could double the Shinyaga to Tabora route too by the looks of it. Or you'd think I could. I don't know. Alright, so this guy, the bottom one. Is he going to make, well, 58K. It's nothing to sneeze at. And then the one on the way back, it might be tempered a little bit by having more trains. They might not be quite as profitable. See how much this guy makes on the way back? Yeah, okay, so there is a limit to how much I can milk. But I am going to add one more of these guys. Because one of the things is these trains are very cheap, so there's no problem kind of overdoing it. I would rather they were shipping as much as they can. Yeah, and that first one's already up to a good start. So it's this one and this one are kind of duplicates. So, okay, I like the looks of that. I got lots of money, actually, while I was playing around. So, how do I want to do this? I could actually connect this up now to make those routes slightly better. But I think the money seems to be up here. So what I want to do is, I put the maintenance there so I could do a Mwanza to the next stop route. I'm not going to really mess with these teeny places. We're going to try to keep moving kind of northward, although, how hilly is this? I think I'm actually going to go to Kigali. and then from there to Kabali. Kigali, Kabali, they're like twin cities. Right beside a volcano. I have a bad feeling that this is not a very friendly city to live in. Oh, my stock split. I should have got my issue stock first. Anyway, we're making tons of money. At this point, seeing as things are looking good, suddenly, just by miracle, I don't really need to do this as much. I mean, I'll take their money, but I don't need to do that as often as I was doing it before. Once a year still seems like might be good. The other thing is, should I pay my loans back, or should I just expand like crazy? Interest 32k. That's nothing. That is nothing. All right, let's do this, guys. I'm feeling pretty happy. I think I'll even buy a bridge because I can. So you come out. That is a hill, actually. So maybe it's smarter to go like about here. Yeah, a little bit flatter through this area. Actually, that's incredibly flat. That was a really good spot. I am getting a little bit. It takes some practice. Every time I come back, I haven't played in a few days. I've sort of messed up my hill placement. There's definitely a knack to getting a nice, smooth. Why can I not? Can I not? Oh, I can build the bridge. I was like, it wasn't easily making me that bridge. Now I do want to go that way, so maybe a little bit further down the hill before the turn. There we go. That's not too bad. Not too many slow down areas. A fairly small bridge. Let's see how much that costs. 400k versus 440, but much closer to my target. Alright, we'll go with that. At least I'm facing the right direction here. Still another hill. I could make a really expensive tunnel. Can I get around this hill? Oh! Hill kind of comes up along there. Or I could just stick to the side of the river. I mean, look how much farther I can get. 900k to go that way, or I could get all the way to the next bridge for the same amount of money. Kampala is important, but I do think I want to connect these guys up. Well, I can get to the next big expense. Alright, well, let's see here. Hold on. What if... I don't want to make two bridges. But what if I kind of come up along here instead? So what if we do go... What if I skip that bridge entirely? I can make it through about there. Fairly straight, fairly smooth on the right side. Fairly smooth through this section as much as it can be. Through the forest. And what if I try to head up this way? Is this any better? Still wants to make a tunnel, really. Man, that's a lot. I mean, I can afford it. 300,000 to do it. I mean, is it worth just spending all that extra money? It costs like 3 times as much just to make the bridge. You know what? Where's that 300,000? Fine. You know what? I'm gonna spend the money. We're doing a tunnel. Why did I do that? Well, tired of messing around. I'll get a medium-sized station for your trouble, and now I'll add a train. I don't know if it's the best idea. It did, I mean, I spent all my money. I just spent like almost 2 million just to connect up. Nothing too special. It's kind of roundabout. It would have been much straighter. I don't know. Maybe that was a dumb idea. But there you go, 290k. In fact, you know, we're just going to double it. Like I said, these trains are cheap, low maintenance. Cool. Not as much coming back, but that's no big deal. We'll do more routes whole and all. Alright, well, I'm pretty content. want about 200k, and then I'll just add this in so that doesn't happen where they collide. Okay, almost enough. There we go. Sorry, train. That guy's having a hard time coming in to give us his money. How much have you got? Oh, look at that, 150k. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. A little bit messy, kind of going down around the far direction, but. So, do electrified tunnels look different? Not really. I guess you just assume the electricity continues through the top of the tunnel. No biggie. And they can get maintained back here. It's possible. Well, they're not making a whole lot. I've probably overtrained it a little bit at this point. But whatevs. Whatevs. I might off camera switch these to just point to point back and forths as well, just to make it more. I mean, they're doing fine, but where are they all? Are they all following each other one at a time? It might be smarter just to have a dedicated Tabora, Jamcola, and so forth. And then I can see which routes are really profitable and double those. Alright, I'm making a lot of money, so no need to really worry, I guess. Yeah, I'll do that in January again. I guess seeing as I'm making money, there's nothing wrong with doing these giant tunnels, really. No tunnels, a giant bridge. No. It's possible if I actually move this back and start a little bit closer, I'll be able to get a better route. So that's what I'm thinking here. I can't actually go back any further. All right. So what can I get from here? You can get up to here fairly easy. Then you'd need like a bridge or something. I'm not afraid of bridges. Stone bridges are pretty good. I don't want to have like a huge bridge like that. I think that's a horrible idea. Sometimes it's very difficult to see. Like, I could make it kind of go round down this way. It's nice and smooth. But it seems like that might be too far out of the way. This direction is not bad. So, for instance, I could go up to about here. And then we just got to get around. We just got to get... I would love to get, like, a tunnel to show up. Just pop through this hill quick. But I guess it's not quite large enough a hill, perhaps. Actually, right there... There's a couple bumpy spots in there, but that's not bad, is it? Yeah, there's only a couple reds. Although, maybe I've dug myself into a pit here at the end. Kind of a valley. It's quite expensive there at the end. Could skip it. Nah, skipping it seems like a bad idea. Oh, it's the end of the year again. I've been messing around too long. These are a little bit tougher terrain. Alright, so income is good. We're making about $1.5 million a year. Interest is basically nothing. So nothing to worry about. I guess I have to keep an eye on the time. I only have 12 years. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Let's not forget about the goals here. We only have 12 years to get to Nairobi and Juba. Okay, must remember that. Company book value 35 million. Let's have a quick look at what we're at. What's the book value? Where do you guys remember that stuff? Company detail. Is that my... No, that's shares. Try to remember where you can see your book value. I mean, I'm making lots of profit, so it's gotta be pretty good. Balance sheet. Book value. Here we go. So we're up to 9.3 million. I can pay my loans off too if I wanted. That'd be fine. Although this is taking into account cash minus loans anyway. So stations and treks are all valuable. Hopefully my routes are still making me good money. Yeah, that's not bad. So, Nairobi. Do you guys remember where Nairobi is? Up that way. So I actually do have to go that way as well at some point. I think Nairobi is my secondary because it is so mountainous over here. It's going to be very difficult and very expensive. It might be easier to come up through Tanga and Mombasa, actually. You know, oddly enough, I might end up using this route to go down here, skip Mount Kilimanjaro, and come up to Nairobi from there, even though it's kind of shorter as the crow flies that direction. I haven't decided yet, but that is some scary mountains. That's some scary mountains. I wonder if you can make a tunnel right through a volcano. I wonder if that actually works, because it shouldn't. Alright, anyway, let's pause it. Let's get through this section here. Let's just sort it out. We got to get to the next town. Kigali and Kabali. Although Kabali is kind of up on the mountain. That sucks. That's a nasty place to go to. I could just skip them. I might just go to Mambara instead. It's much smoother. Straight up to Nisoi and then, or however you pronounce that, Tsui, and then to Kampala. Kampala is the goal. Well, my goal. Okay, come on. Just give me a nice route here and I'll take it. One super long bridge for 2 million. It's not quite what I was hoping for. Could just bite the bullet and have a lousy hill section. It's not too bad over up this side. I mean, it's not good. It's this hill right here. That's the one that really gets in my way. It feels like. I can get here. Like, you can get all the way up to here perfectly. And then it's just disaster after that. Can't get a good bridge. Can't get a good tunnel. I mean, that is not a good bridge. Sorry guys for spending so much time on this one, but it really is frustrating me. So what if I did do that roundabout route? It's longer, but possibly faster and cheaper anyway. You have to go all the way around this hill, or through it. It's probably not much cheaper if I have to build a giant tunnel. Although, this hill is kind of milder. It still ends up wanting a giant bridge, though. Or, yeah. Somehow I don't think that's really helpful. It's got a feeling that's not really saving me anything. Come on. Come on, Blue. Get your act together here. Just build that track, get it through there, get the job done. Get her done! I'm just not happy. You know, maybe I should just take a lesson here and say I'm not happy and forget about it and go somewhere else. Yeah, what if I just said nuts to that and just left? How much would it cost to just get out of Dodge, basically? Get over by the lake. We'll have a nice friendly, yeah, you know what? Let's just get out of here. To heck with those guys. Yeah, to heck with them. We'll stop by Nagar. It's kind of roundabout, I know. I was planning on going up there, but the mountains are just too much of a pain. We're going to make a little bridge there, and we're going to go up to Kampala, maybe Nitsui. So that'll confirm by rights to Uganda for not all that much. The bridge will probably be more expensive. Oh, yes. Can I minimize the price of this bridge at all? It's going to be pretty expensive, let's be honest. if I went around that way? That would probably be dumb. That would probably be a bad idea. Alright, well, I'm going to be out of money. Okay, we're going to go to Nitsui first. I'm going to take out some more loans. I just want to get this connected here this much. So I am actually going to take out a little bit more loans at not quite the best rate, but this should get us connected and it shouldn't be too big a deal. Just feeling bad. I've spent so much time now just messing around. Okay, Nitsui, and then hopefully I've got enough to do this. A smaller bridge. I kind of like the looks of that better. And right into Kampala. Oh, I still don't have quite enough money. Shoot. I think what I want is we're going to want to head north after that, so let's me get out of there. Probably going to Soroti next. Alright. I don't have nearly enough money for the stations that I need to put in. This guy can handle, I think, a medium. Let's just hope a couple trains come in. I need like 300 or 400,000 here to finish this up. I don't want to take any more bonds. I've kind of overdone it already. Come on, big money, big money. But yeah, because the time's running a little short, I wanted to get some of these things connected quick. Could have got a cheaper loan just with that. Sucks. Could have got 1% lower loans. Alright. Almost have enough money for what I want to do. Alright, so Kampala, certainly you get a large station. And we're going to add... We'll just have those two go back and forth for starters. Alright, lots of money, good. So we're going to be, I'll probably be doubling up these trains a fair bit. And that's just to Nitsui, that's not even a great, like, stop. We're just doing short connections right now, I'm not doing multiple stop routes. It's not going to make a lot of money just to start with. Oh, because I started at Nitsui instead of the big one. Let's see what the opposite looks like. There we go. That's pretty good. And if I make a little bit more money, I will add the other Nitsui to Nagara route. Yeah. It's looking pretty good. Looks like the first couple routes are going to pay a lot of the money that I put into it, so that should help. I'll put the maintenance up here if there's room, hopefully. Once I make a little bit of money coming in here. Can I, oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's some money. That's what I should have done. Should have done that 6 months ago. So what I want to do is put the maintenance here, and the service drat. Alright, well this one will go by Kampala then. And I'll put, because it's only really for sands, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. And what I wanted to do is add one more train for this route. So each of those new routes should now have 2 trains running it. And they're nice long routes, so it looks like there's some money to be had there. So I think that will work out. I'll probably off camera, I'll spend a bit of time renaming things just to make sure that I've got 2 for each of them, sort of going each direction. You know, looking at that, I'm actually really happy with the amount of money that's going to be heading down this direction. Wow. Yeah, to heck with Kigala and Kabali. This is way better. Look at the amounts of money. Let's if I'm going to start making money like that, it's time to not have loans. Wow. I know there's not a whole lot of years left, but dang. Wow, and this is just weapons. Look at it, we're just carrying some artillery behind us on the train, no problem. Boom times, yeah. I mean, it's a long route, and it does devalue over time as we come along, but geez, 670k. I'm pretty happy. Glad I built stone bridges and stuff to keep the speed good. Feels like this train is, like I managed to keep the route, looks like smooth enough that he's got a good speed. So he doesn't lose too much of the value. You can see him slow down. Oh, it's just because he's coming into town. Well, that's not bad. Fill up his sand. I might need to add some more maintenance actually on opposites because it's such a long route. He did burn through all his oil. We'll turn that stuff in there and I'll build more for you. There's the money. Wow. Alright, no more loans. Alright. So we're going to want double track surrounding the stations. I'll want to do that in all of my new places. I'll have to keep an eye on these trains to make sure they don't run low on sand or oil. But yeah, there's some money to be made here. Whew. That was a good start. Alright, well I think that's a good note to wrap up on. Let's see how the end of the year goes. I'm expecting a raise, to be honest. Yeah. So, yeah, 9,000 raise. That's pretty solid. So, it might not stay that high after the first initial couple runs, but yeah, that's good. I'm liking the looks of that. So, book value, almost 13 million. We still have a ways to go. That's 11 years to connect up everything and have a huge book value. Okay, I'm feeling pretty positive now. I mean, you can see these routes are continuing to make lots. So what I'm going to do off camera is a little bit more route micromanagement. I'm gonna basically make sure that each one of these little guys has a double route, and possibly something this long has like 3 or 4, because it's such a long connection that makes a lot of money, but you know, they're not going to be actually shipping their goods very often because of how far they have to go. And then I'm going to split up my old initial routes here so that you just go between each one. So I'll make sure there's a service tower and stuff in between each place, and maintenance, I guess. And that'll just make it a little bit more efficient. This guy, I'm not going to really play with. Yeah, I'll make sure there's a couple trains everywhere. Although I'm not sure, how were those initial 3? Yeah, they're still making some money. Much shorter routes, so. Alright, thanks for watching, folks. I'm feeling good now. I think we're doing okay. So hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.